I've always loved the park, but these parasites are infecting everything. Autumn's always an interesting time of the year. Not quite summer, but not quite winter, my favorite time of the year. If I think about it hard enough, although thinking itself doesn't come easy these days. It's not too hot, not too cold, meaning no sticky fingers and no sweaty brow. I love it. Sitting on the park bench in an isolated corner of the park, I stared up to the trees, admiring the golden foliage that overtook the once lush green wooding. I always noticed that despite the park being centrally situated in the middle of the city, not too many people ever come to this side of it. I could never understand that, as this was always my favorite place to be. A hidden oasis of solitude far from the selfish, greedy mentalities of my fellow man. Just then, a smooth, almost silky fall breeze kissed my face, completing this magnificent moment of bliss. I close my eyes and embrace it. Perfection. Utter perfection. Believing nothing in the world could possibly spoil this literal representation on heaven on earth, the intolerable natures of humanity crept in. The loud, obnoxious banter of two young couples bludgeoned the serenity of my solitude.
Are you serious?
Clamoring back and forth about how awesome each of them was and their college studies and how they would soon take over the world. The wonders of the park instantly swept away.
After college, I'm going to get a job at my daddy's firm, and I will be set for life.
Oh yeah, you'll see when I get done with college, I'm going to start my own business so I can sell it and retire young.
These spoiled little pricks don't have the first bloody clue of what it is to live in this wretched world. Staring at four intolerable fools consumed with their stupid optimism of the future. I can tell, despite being in their early 20s, they were still on their mother's teat. My blood began to boil, knowing the future that lies before us all was all in the hands of these kids. And it not only seemed promising, but worse than the future existence that we already created for one another.
Hey, do you think your daddy's firm would be interested in investing in my fashion line?
Listen to this utter garbage, as if what we really needed was more greedy, hungry fools and a pointless, superficial consumer products to make us feel better about our bullshit existence that we created for ourselves. Human garbage. As I sit here on a park bench, fuming at the sight of these wastes of human potential, two of them caught my eye. The young man with his girl on his arm replaced a stupid little smile with a mug of protection. The young lady on his left looked at him lovingly. She leaned on his arms, then looked at me and smiled. She whispered something shamelessly in his ear, followed by a giggle. The wannabe man boyishly turned to her, smiled, and then looked back at me.
Hey, you got some sort of problem, man?
Suddenly, the overwhelming anger coursing through my veins was immediately replaced with uncontrollable laughter. The other young couple standing behind them now took notice of me. These young specimens of wasted youth really have the nerve to address me like that. Well, I guess I'm going to have to deal with this.